Welcome back to our Cobra Kai Season 2 review, Episode 8, the Ocho's episode. I'm the Grappler 6. Joining me as always is the Ocho, the Grappler 8. And Ocho, man, we got a pretty packed show, so let's just get started here.
Let's do it, buddy.
All right, Ocho. So episode 8. So we open up and we see Johnny walking over to Miguel's mother's house, or Miguel's house, I should say. It seems like he's asking for Johnny, and she lets him know that he's not there. But he proceeds to just walk in and just starts kissing Miguel's mom. Screen gets a little black. White Snake pops on, and these two. Next thing we know, these two they're dancing. They're knitting sweaters together. They're practicing karate. You know, then we see her. She's pouring beer all over her outfit that she just got from Victoria's Secret. Then she's pouring beer in Johnny's mouth. These two, man. Then we see her. She's in the full mount position on top of Johnny. Then keeps kissing him. I mean, clothes start coming off. Man, then we see Johnny starting to wake up in his bed with a smile on his face.
It was a dream all along. An 80s dream, a wonderful 80s dream. Flashdance, Dirty Dancing. What else did they have? A White Snake, like you said. Man, they hit it all.
Yeah,
what a shame. What a shame of a dream, though.
Yeah, hell of a dream for Johnny, man. Hell of a dream. Pretty badass dream, if you will.
So, a typical Johnny 80s dream, basically.
Basically. So next we see Daniel, and he's waking up on the couch.
Yeah. I mean, he belongs on the couch. Shit. What's he been doing besides pissing off his wife?
So he deserves to sleep on the couch because he's missed a couple meetings at work. Is that what you're saying?
A couple meetings. They got a multi-million-dollar company, and he's letting it go in the tank. Meanwhile, she's doing everything. And let's hear your rendition of it then, Miyagi.
Daniel's been tied up. He's been a little tied up, okay? He's having a little bit of an issue balancing everything. But to make the guy sleep on the couch is just preposterous, if you ask me. So let's move on. So now we see now we're back at Miyagi Dojo.
I have to go something else too. I'm sorry to do this to you, but remember he said he was sick. Remember, you're gonna skip all this. You're gonna skip the I don't feel good.
He told his mom he was sick. Is he supposed to tell his mom that him and his wife are feuding?
She already knows, but here's the other problem.
She checked his temperature. She knows he's lying.
Yeah, she checks his temperature with the wrong side. You don't check with the palmar side. You check with the dorsal side. The receptors are way more efficient on the dorsal side. Way more effective. There's a lot more. You don't do the palmar side. Man, LaRusso, the whole family's starting to annoy the hell out of me. Go!
So now we're back at Miyagi Dojo, and we see Sam and Robby, and they're kissing right in front of the first rule of Miyagi Dojo karate. And once they finally let go of their embrace, Sam lets Robby know that they need to tell her family.
Right. Sam's probably Robby's trying to keep Sam from eating. So if he distracts her by, I guess, a little Mac session, then maybe that's the way to go. But I agree. They got to tell the folks. I'm not being, I agree with you on this one.
I think if he's trying to prevent her from eating, he's just supporting her in her intermittent fasting phase. And when she's supposed to be fasting, he's simply there for moral support. So I wouldn't look too deep into it, Ocho. So
all right,
now
maybe.
now outside at the dojo, we see Dimitri, and he finds Mr. Miyagi's little medal in the rocks. And Sam walks out, and she's stunned. They've looked all over
the place,
for this thing.
Low and high, every crevice, every crack.
They're using metal detectors out there. They're digging. They got the shovels going.
Everything. Backhoes, bulldozers, you name it.
So now we see Johnny, leaving his apartment, and he goes over to Miguel's, and then, I would assume to see if the mom is there based off of his dream. He goes to knock, and then he kind of hears something. He turns around, and, there's the mom walking up with some tucker named Graham. And, honestly, I think it's a little rude, Ocho. He was nice enough to have a dream about her, and she's still going to have the nerve to go out on a date.
I have to agree with you on this one. As much as your stance has been a little jaded, I do agree with you on this one. That how dare she? And here's a good guy just coming over to stop by, see how her son's doing, see how she's doing. And here comes Graham, the Australian freaking outback fella. Who knows what he's up to?
Tucker Graham doesn't deserve her, not at all.
No,
I mean,
no. And John, did you notice the strong grip that Johnny did when he showed dominance with that? That's a man's man.
Cobra Kai, no mercy.
Never dies. Yep, right on.
So now we're back at the dealership, and we see Daniel, trying to suck up a little bit. Maybe, he orders his wife lunch from Sugarfish. Great place.
He's not sick anymore. Not sick anymore.
No, he's not sick anymore. He was able to dial his own phone right over the Sugarfish. They brought over some sushi. Some sushi tamales too, which is something that Grappler Girl actually patented. But regardless, also some green tea. He picked up some green tea from the Earth Cafe. So Daniel's doing what it takes to make it right with his wife.
He's shining some ass, that's for sure. But in typical LaRusso fashion, what happens?
Well, she actually ends up blowing him off because she's got a big meeting for lunch that he's not aware of.
Oh, it's on the joint calendar. It's on the joint calendar.
Daniel's had an issue with his phone lately. He didn't. The calendar isn't working properly.
The alarm woke him up. It went off that morning. Got him off the couch. He's sick. The phone works. The phone doesn't work. The calendar works. I'm noticing the excuses are a little.
No excuses. That's a great point. But an alarm isn't a calendar, pal. So anyway, we're going to keep going, Ocho. We got a lot to cover here. So we're back at the dealership, and we see the Miyagi Dojo students waxing the cars in the showroom. And personally, to me, I think they're learning some pretty unbelievable techniques in the process. So say what you want, Ocho. I know it's coming, but I'm sorry, I don't have any issues with them waxing cars in the showroom.
Just as I say we're okay, you got to go and pull this freaking bogus thing out of your butt. Like you have no problem. Even Amanda doesn't like that the kids are freaking waxing the car. So now again, these child labor laws that they could get shut down for, you're okay for. You think this is good?
I think it's perfectly fine for a bunch of students to be waxing cars in a showroom if it's going to better their ability to do karate. And they're learning valuable life lessons, Ocho. Valuable life lessons.
Valuable. So it's better for karate. You want them to join the union or something? Are they going to get a union card with this? They're going to learn carpentry. You're going to be an electrician. Hey, let's give them a pension. Let's give them a 401k. We got to set up a Roth IRA for these kids. They're 17. They're 15. They're 12 years old. Let's do this. Yeah. How do you not see that part?
Look, I don't know if they could be a true carpenter, but a handyman? I mean, they're sanding the floor, they're painting the fence, they're waxing the cars. That's some pretty valuable stuff. They're framing the house. That's something that could really serve them well in the future, Ocho. So
on one instance, that's kind of how Miyagi was when LaRusso found him. So, you know what? You think what you want. I know the truth. It's okay.
Well, I'm aware what you think, Ocho. I appreciate that, but I'm aware what you think.
It's not what I think. It's what's factual and what's,
Okay. Sure, pal. So now we see Daniel, and he's begging for forgiveness. And his wife, Amanda, she's not happy. She's not happy. She's not happy to see these kids waxing these cars. She's not happy with Daniel, his inability to balance his life. The breakfast he's been cooking, him lying to his mom about being sick.
So Amanda sees it and you don't, is what you're telling me. I know I'm going off a little bit here because usually you're a smart guy, Six. I'm going to have to pay you a compliment. Usually you got to get up pretty early in the morning to pull the wool over that mask, but I don't know what you're seeing.
Oh,
and what I'm
she's
seeing.
His wife. She's with him 24/7. I'm watching this show one day a week.
All right. Okay.
Look.
So she sees it and you don't. I don't know. Okay.
So now we're back at Johnny's apartment, and we see Miguel setting up the dating app for Johnny so he can find some super hot babes. And
right.
So obviously, as I'm sure you're aware, Ocho, and of course, me myself with a dating profile online, you got to put some interest down. What is, the chicks need to know what you're into, So some of Johnny's interests are muscle cars, martial arts,
Iron Eagle,
and Iron Eagle 2.
Right. No, he's not the long walks on the beach type, which he even said. So he's a blunt guy. He gets to the point. I'm not sure if that works well with the dating thing. I mean, you've had success, so you know better than me about this part.
You're damn right. So now we're back to the LaRusso household, and we see Sam and Robby kissing in the kitchen. And they're literally in the refrigerator, letting all the cold air out, and they're just sitting there kissing.
Oh, because they waste energy because they're spoiled. I mean, Sam was probably in the fridge, looking for her fifth ham steak or something, and here's Robby saying, "Hey, remember your intermittent fasting."
Yep. See, so there you go again. There you go again. How do you know that wasn't in her eating window? So she just went. Now I understand on the last show I did inform you she was in a 16-8. Well, now she has increased that to a 23-1. So she has 1 hour during the day, 1 hour to squeeze in all those calories. You don't know specifically when that is, but you're always going to jab and poke as if she's eating throughout the day. Maybe that's her 1 hour feeding window, Ocho.
Says the guy who just minutes ago said, I only watch the show once a week. Meanwhile, Amanda lives with LaRusso 24/7, so he knows. But now all of a sudden, Samantha's eating habits, where her intermittent fasting isn't working because she's going to have freaking venous pooling, cankles, and freaking diabetic neuropathy. And I was trying to make a joke, but I'm actually starting to get a little annoyed here with this guy. And you're right, letting out the cold air. What are they going to turn the oven on to heat the place up? Open up the fridge, let out the cold air, and see which works more?
Does this, I'm starting to detect some vendetta against Sam. Does this have to do with your relationship with Johnny Lawrence? Is that what's going on here?
No.
You guys having your family picnics, you're riding your double bike. Yeah, that's great, man. Is that why you're taking all these jabs at Sam? Is that what's going on?
I calls him like I sees him, buddy. So it's a.
Since when is there an S on the end of call? Listen. We're moving on, Ocho. I don't like the attitude. So now we see Johnny and he's speed dating. He's got on the apps. He's swiping right. He's swiping left. He's swiping right. He's swiping left. He's finding super hot babes all over the place.
He likes caveman dating too, by the way. You remember he likes clubbing over the head, dragging him.
Good detail.
Hey, we have it. Yeah.
Yep. Good detail. I like the caveman dating as well.
We're back on track.
Yeah. I'm feeling good now.
It works.
So he's speed dating. He's telling these women about his Ericsson smartphone. I mean, it's some good stuff. I mean, it's entertaining. Johnny's having a good time.
Girl was checking her emails, right? Was that the one? She's emailing this and that.
Yeah, on her watch.
Right.
That's nuts. So now we're back at Daniel's house, and we see him looking through an old scrapbook. And there's pictures of Mr. Miyagi, pictures of his mom, pictures of his little bike that got pushed off the cliff. I mean, all sorts of good stuff. The kids when they were young, Amanda when she was Amanda back in the day, pictures of them at their dealership opening. I mean, man, the memories. What memories?
You mean Amanda when she didn't have to run everything at the dealership, or when they were kind of a partner? Is that what that meant?
So now we see Johnny back at the bar, and he's drinking his Coors Banquet, and we find him looking up Allie on Facebook. He's actually on the Facebook now.
Facebook.
So he types out a message and lets her know that he's writing her a message on the Facebook from the smartphone, but he doesn't send it. He gets a casual little bump. Oh. And forces him to press send. Boom. It's out in the interwebs.
You can't take it back. Now, hey, did you notice how fast Johnny could text for only having a smartphone for minutes? The guy he was a rapid thumber right there. He must have
he was rocking the flip phone on the previous episode. So Miguel must have hooked him up.
T9 is a tough. Maybe that's how he got his fast thumbs, or WWF thumb wrestlers from back in the 80s. He's a big 80s guy. So
LJN, baby, LJN. So
you know it.
Yeah, you're damn. Well, never mind. So now we see Robby and Sam, on their date. They went out on a nice date, and they head to the roller rink of all places. But when they come inside, they bump into Tori with a Y.
Yeah, well, they're dressed good. I mean, Robby was dressed, which he mentioned. I don't know that that's was his intention, but he was dressed like Don Johnson, and here's Sam wearing pink. I guess she was dressed as Fat Albert wearing a pink dress, because that's 80s also.
Well, look, Miguel walks over, when they see Tori. Miguel proceeds to ask when her break is. He turns around, he sees him. Look, Sam and Robby are just trying to grab a bite to eat. And Tori is being so rude. I mean, just so rude, because she seems to have some vendetta against Sam, too. I don't understand where it's coming from. Maybe it has something to do with these rival karate, this crazy karate rivalry, but I don't like her attitude, Ocho.
All's fair in love and karate rivalry. So, I mean, you got to take that into consideration. Here's Sam here's Sam eating, wanting food. She wants to order food, of course. What are you going to say? She's eating food again.
She's only got 1 hour to eat a day. She got 1 hour. She's doing a 23-1. A 23-1.
Now, what diet is that anyway?
It's not a diet. It's intermittent fasting. Educate yourself, Dr. Ocho. Educate yourself.
Right. Yeah, I'm the dummy here. Okay. Some guy 23-1 intermittent fasting. You sound like you're mixing freaking 2-cycle oil and gas 23-1. That's a ratio for 2-stroke engines. She is a 2-stroke engine, for crying out loud. See, here's Tori with a Y at work. She's just working. She just wants to make a crumb while freaking Sam is opening up the fridge, the freezer, the oven, turning it on, trying to heat the house, cool the house, and Sam wants to eat. Tori's, she didn't have to be so bitchy, I don't think. So I'm going to half-heartedly agree with you on that one. But Tori's working. Tori's got an issue with being, grabbed for ordering French fries, I guess. I don't know.
Well, I'll agree with you this as well, because working at the damn roller rink, I'm sure she is working for crumbs, because it can't be much more than that. But Miguel then introduces Tori to Sam and Robby. And Tori, with a Y, proceeds to let Miguel know that he's kind of already been acquainted with Sam, and they've had a run-in before at the beach club.
Yeah, when Sam accused her of doing something she didn't do.
Well, regardless, Tori knows what's going on. She turns to Miguel. She kisses Miguel and proceeds to make everybody there uncomfortable. Even Bert from Cobra Kai, who didn't even show up, Bert's uncomfortable.
I even have to agree with you on that one there. As much as this is starting to kind of annoy me, she checked his internal stomach temperature with her tongue on that one. That was like, that's probably a slap in the face. That's not, okay.
Probably. So now we find ourselves back at the roller rink, and we see Sam and Robby, and they're roller skating, holding hands, enjoying each other's company. Sam ends up breaking one of her skates. I didn't know it was really possible to break a skate, but Sam pulled it off. She lets Robby know, hey, you stay out on the rink. I'm going to go exchange my skate. She gets in line, and who pops up behind her is Miguel. And Miguel wants to kind of apologize, but he's being a little snarky. He's got a little arrogance about him. But, Sam just isn't having it. She's just not having Miguel's apology.
Yeah, and Sam even said, Miguel even said, I'm the one that kind of should be PO'd. And, first of all, yes, she can break a skate with those cankles. Again, you can't get those straps right. I played hockey, so I know how hard it is. You got to crank them things on. But if the pressure's too much, and she was a wobbler anyway.
Did you see Sam in that dress, Ocho?
Yeah, of course I saw her in the dress. That was her costume. Fat Albert in a pink dress or something like that.
Unbelievable, Ocho. Unbelievable. And you did see her in her yoga pants, right?
The ones that split at the seams, I guess? What is it? Like, I can't joke now? Like, what, this is really, like...
This is over. This is across the line. You're moving across the line here, Ocho. This isn't a joke, okay? You have some underlining issue with Sam. You're not willing to admit it. I think it has something to do with this past weekend's bike ride and family picnic with the Lawrence family and his random date that he brought. Look, not okay, Ocho. Not okay.
Right. The supposed picnic is what I'm upset, and that's what makes me realize Sam has diabetes. Right.
What the hell did Sam ever do to you, Ocho?
Her intermittent fasting diet, that's bogus.
Well, it's not a diet, Dr. Ocho, so try looking it up. So now, anyway, we're moving on, Ocho. Again, we're moving on. I'm not going to debate this. Not going to debate. So now we're back to the bar, and we see Johnny with the same chick. And Johnny then sees Miguel's mom's boyfriend, and he's kissing some other woman in the booth. He gets up, tries to go take a piss, and in the bathroom's locked. It's got a little sign on it. He can't get in. It's out of order. Yeah. So he proceeds to go out to the alley and take a piss. So Johnny tells his semi-date that bumped into him, and you bought him a beer. You know, he throws down a 20 and says, "Hey, I'll see you later." And he goes out to the alley too.
Doesn't even get her number. Doesn't
even get her number.
Like, she's like, dude, we had something. What the hell, bro?
No, he's got something for Miguel's mom. He doesn't want her number. He knows who he's dreaming about. So he follows him out there. He lets Tucker Graham know what's up and proceeds to beat the shit out of Tucker Graham. Right as he's grabbing the trash can lid, and I just could not wait. He holds back, shows mercy, and showing the new evolved Johnny Lawrence.
Well, then that's because there's honor when you're smacking someone whose willy is still out, I guess. But I thought of something kind of funny. So here's Johnny with this garbage can. So he's technically her knight in shining armor because the garbage can. Oh, now you don't like that joke. I can't joke about Samantha. I can't joke about armor now, Mr. Freaking.
Was that really? That was a joke.
Okay, I tried.
Yeah, okay, not very hard. So now we're back at the roller rink. Sam's tying her skates. You know, she got a brand new fresh skate. I mean, this thing's hot right out of the box. So she's tying her laces and stands up, and Tori rolls by and kind of gives her a nice nudge and knocks her right down to the ground for no reason.
I think that was an accident.
That was an accident, Ocho?
I mean, she's holding a tray and all. She even said, oops, right? I think. I'm not sure. Because it was all an accident.
I can assure you Sam didn't feel it was an accident. Sam gets up, rolls right over on her brand new skates, hits Tori with a low sweep. And, Tori goes down. Her tray goes flying. Everyone runs over. What'd you do? What happened to Tori with a Y? And Sam actually ends up getting the boot when all she did was retaliate.
Rightfully so. That's usually what happens. You watch NFL, the guy who retaliates or the woman who retaliates is the one who gets called for the penalty. She hit her head. She's in concussion protocol for the most part, Tori, where the Y is. I mean, she bumped into freaking Sam by mistake. She's got, them skates are wobbly. She's got trays. She's off balance. She doesn't have a freaking wheel with a balance beam in the backyard or whatever the heck they got. And
it's only her job, Ocho. It's only her job, and clearly she can't perform it.
Well, maybe if Sam wasn't so damn wide, she wouldn't have hit her to begin with. But then Sam goes in and legit takes her leg out. That's an old dirty hockey move, man. Ocho even knows that, and he wouldn't do that. Again?
They're doing low sweeps in hockey now? They're doing low sweeps in hockey? Come on, Ocho. You're taking this stuff way too serious, Ocho. This is getting way too serious. Look, Ocho, 2002.
Yeah.
This was their grand opening party. And they start reminiscing over that grand opening party and what a great time that they had. And you see her little baby bump. And, man, what great memories. What great memories. And some of the memories he got out of the scrapbook, Ocho.
Yeah, you didn't think it reeked of desperation? I mean, I thought it was a great plan, actually. I'm gonna take your side in a serious mode. I can't joke, but he was. I thought he did a decent job at this because what else could he do at this point? He tried the sushi. He tried the. I forget what else because he's just been a shyster, even though he's working so hard. Go ahead.
I'm shyster because he's working too hard. The guy is missing Mr. Miyagi. He's apologizing to his wife Amanda for being so absent. You know what, Ocho? I don't like the tone that you're taking. You're not staying in your own lane. I'm not digging this, man. Do me a favor, Ocho. Can you do me a favor?
Go ahead.
Look, we got 2 shows left. We have 2 shows left. I don't want to see any more gi. I don't want to see any more Cobra Kai headband. Enough with this stuff, dude. You're just. I don't even know what happened anymore. We're supposed to be watching this show and talking about it, and you're over here with these vendettas of these people.
Look, we're trying to make a show here. You looking at me. You got the gi also. What I mean. So we have rules.
I'm right down the middle, Ocho. I'm calling this stuff. Yeah, right down the middle. You're clearly not. Look, I'm telling you right now, no gi, no headband for the next show. Cool? Is that fair?
Fine. Hey, right back. You better take your damn gi off too, then. I mean, if you're gonna freaking pull the ace in the hole thing.
On my mask, I give you my word. No gi.
Okay.
So now we're back. Let's just finish. Let's wrap this thing up,
Right,
okay?
go ahead.
So now,
Yeah,
we're
right,
back
right,
at Johnny's apartment. He's rolling back in. He cruises up to Challenger, and he walks up and he sees Miguel's mom just sitting outside by herself. And he's like, "Hey, what's going on? What are you doing?" And she proceeds to tell Johnny that Tucker Graham stood her up. What does Johnny do? What is the Cobra Kai badass thing to do? Johnny. This is his opportunity. Johnny asks her out.
He goes all in.
All in. Not double or nothing.
Not double or not. All in. I'm afraid to say something because I don't know how you're going to take it. I feel like I'm walking on eggshells now, but okay. Okay. Well, there we go. We're on something there. He's all in.
I agree. Well, that's all we have for episode 8. Are you done, Ocho? Are you done? Were you cool?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
We agreed to our stakes. We're okay.
Yes.
Yeah. We got this.
All right,
it's all
cool.
good. It's all good.
All right, guys. Well, that's all we have for episode 8. Please do us a favor and like the episode. Subscribe to our channel and, put a couple comments down there and, let us know what you think of the show. If Ocho's taking this thing way too far, which he is, we'll see you guys next time for episode 9.
Subscribe to the Brothers Grappler YouTube channel for more content you didn't know you needed.